Welcome, Eric, Haji Bakri. Actually, this is what we had in mind. It's a sort of discussion at a teh-tarik table, having a teh-tarik and having a discussion. But I thought it is important for the general public, the footballing public, to know something more than what actually they have known. Yeah, Bola Sepak is already gone like that now. Now with the COVID lagi teruk pula. So what I want to ask is our topic of discussion. Our topic of discussion today will be, let's start from the bottom. We always talk about professional football, but we actually do not know where the professional football starts from. We have to go back to scratch. So this whole program is made up of grassroots and youth football, and then kita ada football administration, then we have football business, which we will come in due course. Yeah, this is the pilot, first one, and I would like to touch on grassroots and youth. The question is, are we in the right direction? Is Malaysia in the right direction? We have actually put this question, many people have come and gone in the National Association. Many presidents have come and gone, many committee members have come and gone, politicians have come and gone. Everybody feels that football is the number one game. Yes, agreed. But so far we do not have a sort of a plan that is working. If I can say just this, before we go into the discussion, Japan had a 100-year plan to win the World Cup by 2092. They had a 100-year plan. We are putting in short plans, which we will discuss after this. Now, I open it up for discussion. Eric, you can say what you want.
Yeah. Are we in the right direction? That's a good question.
Are we in the right direction?
Personally, I feel that we were in the right direction once.
Really? Okay, when was that?
I think the earliest, I'm sure when I joined the Star, I think it was in the 90s. So I saw some programs taking place. I mean, how to say we don't have football brains. We have world-class administrators in our midst who have holding positions in AFC, FIFA. So I'm sure they would have come up with something, some projects. And we did come up with so many grassroots projects. Tunas Bola Sepak, under 12, Tunas Cemerlang, 13 to 15 years age. And then you got football schools, interzones, MSSM. But we went the right direction. But whether it produced the desired results is a big question mark. My opinion, why? Whether we did it professionally, whether we were really serious about it, or whether, it's just for the sake of doing, and whether the most important is commitment, whether we had people with commitment to handle these projects. So this is something everyone has their own interpretation, how they feel, where it's gone, or football as it developed. So my view is, we were there, we had everything, but whether we executed it properly, it's totally another question. Maybe Haji can elaborate. Maybe.
Okay, Eric, just hold on to that. Before you go on, I would like to take pride in introducing. I didn't introduce them, sorry. Eric Samuel has been with the Star for maybe 25-30 years. He was with the sports desk, very vastly covered sports events, especially his writings in football, about football, was superb. So he knows football. Yeah, he knows football. And Tuan Haji Bakri does not need any introduction. You would have seen in our pre-teaser, in our teasers, that Tuan Haji played in the 1980 Olympics, that team that qualified to Moscow. He is former national, international, played for Perlis. He has a coaching license. You name it, he has been there. He has been an assistant national coach, and we cannot have two better people to talk about football. As what Eric said earlier, we had a plan. I would love to hear more about that. Now let's hear about what Tuan Haji has to say. Tuan Haji.
Thank you, Doctor. If you ask, are we in the right direction? The answer should be the end result.
Okay.
If we are in the right direction, we should be equivalent to country like Japan, Korea, some Middle East country, Iraq. But sorry to say, at this moment, even in our Southeast Asia also, we struggle to be on top. So that means to say, the result is not produce anything.
Okay. Why? Both of you, anyone. Why do you think, see, I have been in football for the last 35 years. Little bit playing career, and then coaching and administration and managing, yeah? I've been to roughly about 66 countries because of football. Yeah. Now, I had the liberty to see football in anywhere around Asia and in Europe. One of the main things that I feel personally is the player themselves. Maybe Tuan Haji Bakri maybe be able to tell how he grew up as a young boy and the passion to play for the country. I find they are less passionate nowadays. I do not know whether it is the money. You see, there was a time when I was managing the national teams. I was the head of the national teams department. I think at that time Raja Gopal, Satya and all those people were coaching, national coaches. Clubs tell their players when they are going for national assignment, hey, jaga-jaga, you punya periuk nasi bukan dekat sana, you punya periuk nasi dekat club. I mean, you mean, you know, so as a player, I go to a match, playing for the national team, I'm afraid that I might get injured, and then the club might not take me back, or club might be put me on the reserve list, on the bench, and blah, blah, blah. What do you think about that? What do you think about, Eric? You have seen the national players, you have been through it.
But my personal view again is that players must have passion. Like the flag that you wear, if you don't feel it, then it's too bad. Like if you're coming to play just for the money, as what some of the legends, most of the legends say, it's not the money, it's passion, But nowadays, those days also, we find that people, the boys who come and there's no hunger. We are not hungry for success. I think most of the foreign coaches who come here say that you look at these boys, they come on time or late for trainings, and you can see these are signs, which they are not serious. After training, they all go back. Nobody wants to put an extra hour, free kicks. Still today, we have the free kicks. What are our specialists? We can't, bend it like Beckham. Look at that, man. Despite telling these are basic things, you have to practice, makes it perfect. And we are not doing it. I don't know why we don't have any specialists. And another thing is parents. Parents play a big role. You have to.
That's a good point.
The parents' role is you have to bring the kids to the field.
But Eric, nowadays parents want to, kids at the age of 10 and 11 and 12, parents want to win. Bang, you have got Tunas Legenda football grassroots youth development center. Yeah, have you seen parents who will switch Dia players from one center, oh dia punya center tu selalu menang. Kita pergi sana. Ada macam tu kan? Ada.
I would like to answer the first question. Why we are not like before. So the answer is principle of learning. One of them is good example from the senior. During our time, our example is Raja Bola,
Gani
Minat, Lutz, the goalkeeper, Abdullah Nordin, Syarudin, Syed Ahmad. That is our idola. But that's why we managed to bring our team to that level during my time. Because going up there is not only one or two or three players. You need to have complete, including the reserve. So era itulah kebangkitan kita melalui idola-idola kita. Tetapi selepas tamatnya kita, bola dah menjadi satu pegangan, dah berubah, dah menjadi satu mata pencarian. Di situlah bermulanya kenaikan pemain-pemain yang tak sampai ke tahap menjadi contoh.
Bang, tapi kalau kita lihat negara-negara seperti, tak payah pergi ke Eropah lah. Kita tengok Jepun, Korea, mereka pun jadikan bola sepak sebagai satu kerjaya. Tapi di situ dia punya naluri dia untuk bermain untuk negara, it's there, the passion is there. Do you think we can take this back to schools? Do you think schools play an important role? I would like to ask one thing, yeah. I have been an ex-teacher. There is no proper coaching in schools. Right? Eric mentioned tadi tunas bola sepak bawah 12 tahun, tunas cemerlang bawah 15 tahun, lepas tu kita ada akademi bola sepak, sekolah sukan negeri, sekolah sukan negara. Yeah? The structure was there. It was a pyramid, very well structured. Yeah? We had roughly about 340 lebih tunas bola sepak, 185 tunas cemerlang, and then 14 akademi di setiap negeri. Ya, ini adalah di bawah Persatuan Bola Sepak Malaysia. We had that rangka. Now, ini adalah kerjasama di antara Kementerian Pendidikan, Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, dipegang dan dibantu, diterajui oleh FAM. Okay. Tapi bertukar menteri, bertukar kerajaan, the whole thing collapses, whole thing is shelved. I feel there is no continuity. Tidak ada penyambungan untuk program ini. Satu. That is the reason why I have been saying from the beginning, it must be a national agenda. Macam Japan, it must be spoken in parliament, it must be discussed in parliament supaya siapa ke menteri pendidikan, siapa ke menteri kebelian belia dan sukan, ini adalah satu akta ataupun whatever you call it, it must be there so that everybody must follow. Because football is still the number one game. Kan? So I feel kita kena balik ke sekolah. What do you think? What do you think about the time bila Tuan Haji bersekolah? What did you do? What do you have in school that you feel appreciative yang patut ada sekarang yang tak ada? Eric, you tell us in your schooling days what are the things that you did in football that you have that you don't have now, that you don't see now?